Have you ever seen somebody post something on social media like, does anybody know if there's a Zumba class nearby, or is there a martial arts club in the area? How would you go about finding out what was going on locally? Google maybe? What if you didn't know what you were actually looking for, but wanted to get active? Well, I've created exerseek for just that reason. Simply put, exerseek allows activity providers to list their session offerings in their area and enables users to book those sessions. Alternatively, if a business doesn't want to offer sessions or wants to keep session bookings exclusively on their own websites, then those businesses can be listed as a place. I'll demonstrate both options. Here, on the home screen of the app, posts are displayed based on your location relative to the location of the session businesses that created those posts. Your location can be vague, so somewhere near to your home is fine, whereas the session business must have a business location. Your personal location is not displayed to anybody. The list of posts can be filtered by category by clicking on the filter icon in the top right corner of the screen. Scroll the list or type in a search word such as gym, which will reduce the list where that word is found. Note that the category list allows for a wide range of activity providers and even practitioners to help with injury and mobility issues. Press the plus icon to the right of a category item to apply that filter. If there aren't any applicable posts, then the list will be empty. Remove the filter by clicking on the icon in the top right, then clicking on the cross in the widget above the search bar. Select the close icon in the top right to exit the search list. The icon to the top left of the main screen, next to the exerseek logo, is for the Find Your Flare feature. Think signal flare. If this shows, then someone close to you has added a request for an activity that they would like to be able to book. Maybe the list contains an activity which you could provide, or perhaps you know of someone suitable. I'll cover this a little more later. The search distance is set at 20 miles by default when you create your personal profile. However, by selecting the location pointer icon in the top right of the screen, you can adjust this to your preference. You also have the ability to add a temporary location. This is useful if you have an upcoming holiday or business trip and will allow you to see if there are any activity providers listing sessions before you arrive. To set a temporary location, click onto the location search box and type in a town, city or address. Once selected, you will need to check the Use Temporary Location box. Notice that a Temporary Location Enabled header is now shown on the home screen. Disable the temporary location by unchecking the box on the location filter screen. If you have any waving person icons displayed on a post, then this means that you have a connection or friend booked onto an upcoming group session with that provider. More on that in a moment. Clicking onto a post's provider photo will bring up their business profile screen. From here, you can see a description of their services, applicable categories, list of skills, qualifications, a location map, and a business address. If a review has been left by a session attendee, then you can view it by clicking on the eye icon next to the star rating. Click on the View Sessions button to see the provider's current session offerings. In this instance, the provider has a group session with 14 available spaces and a one-to-one session which has time slots to choose from. These time slots are ideal for providers such as personal trainers who offer the same type of session many times throughout the day to one client at a time. We can see from the waving person icon under the book button that one of the logged in user connections has booked onto this session. Click on the icon to see who that person is. If you would like to book that session, then click on the Book button. The full session details are displayed, showing the address of that particular session, date and time, a safety reminder, some basic terms and conditions, and in this case, a note that the exerseek Basic Fitness Assessment is required. This is requested where a provider, such as a personal trainer, would like a rough idea of your fitness level before you attend, maximising their time with you on your session. More later. It is also possible for a provider to request signing of an electronic waiver. However, that's not the case on this booking, as the waiver has been completed previously. Click on the Complete the Booking button. This provider requires payment before the session takes place, therefore they have integrated their Stripe account. Exerseek does not take a portion of these payments, therefore you as a provider can choose whether to take payment using your current method, which might be accepting cash at the session or via bank transfer. It's entirely up to the session provider. To complete the booking, we enter card details and select Pay. A payment confirmation message is shown before redirecting you to your booked sessions list. Click on a session to view the details. From here, if you are within the activity provider's cancellation notice period, you can cancel your booking. Click on the speech bubble icon in the top right of the screen to chat with the activity provider. Your personal profile can be viewed by selecting Profile on the menu at the bottom of the screen. Here you will see your Connect code, which you can pass on to anyone that you would like to become friends with on exerseek. If you have completed any fitness assessments, then select View Assessments to see the history. You may also add any conditions which you feel should be available to session providers. Note that only those session providers which have requested an assessment and where you have actively booked a session with them will be able to see these details. The assessment consists of very basic exercises and checks, the history of which can be very motivational, as you will see your improvement over time if you opt to use this feature. From your profile you can enter your flair request. Perhaps you're looking for a particular martial art, football coach or walking tour. Enter that request here to be displayed anonymously from the home screen. If you would like to host your own sessions on exerseek, then read through the explanation below your profile and click on the Start Now button. Alternatively, hide this message by selecting No, I do not have a business to host. You can always reactivate the message from your personal settings by clicking the cog in the top right of the screen and choosing the applicable button. Session businesses and places will be based on an affordable monthly subscription fee. As mentioned, a provider may choose to build their own waiver document with detailed terms and conditions, under 18s policy, etc. This is not mandatory, as some providers may already have paper forms which they will use for this purpose. To see which waivers have been signed, select the icon with the 3 lines in the top left of the home screen, then from the menu select My Signed Waivers. Select the corresponding activity provider, then the waiver detail is shown with emergency contact details, acknowledgements and signatures. If the person booking the session is under 18 and under 18s are accepted by the provider, then signatures will be required for the attendee and a parent or guardian. Back at the main menu, we see Connect with Friends. From this screen, view your existing connections or add a new one by selecting the Person and Plus icon in the top right of the screen. You will need that friend to have given you their Connect code. If an activity providing business does not have sessions to post on exerseek, then it may be more appropriate to add that business as a place. Think of a place as a dynamic listing which shows all of the key information for that location. Again, the places list can be filtered by category, distance or temporary location, allowing you to search for activities in your chosen area. There may be an offer or notice displayed at the bottom of the place's post, which the place owner can update as often as they would like. Click on the Show More link to view the place's full listing. From here, we can see that this place has been verified as genuine, a paid service in which key information is checked and verified. There is a description of services and facilities, pricing, opening times, contact links, and address with map information. At the end of the listing, we can see that this place has an associated session activity provider, adding another level of trust to that place's offering and the session provider. Anyone using exerseek must adhere to strict behaviour rules as laid out in the terms and conditions when signing up to the app. For this reason, activity providers and general app users can be reported for inappropriate behaviour. Your safety and security are paramount. And that just about covers the basics for general use of the exerseek app. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments and hope you see this as something which will be useful to you. Thank you very much.